get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome into Pregaming here at Sports Money. Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Y'all already know. The best in the business gather here. They share their best bets. We've been cooking on the books all day today. We're marinating on this card. Ready to give you guys best bets. We will get the business. You see, we got a 4-game card tonight. Short slates, we do it right. We got the college football action here tonight. How about this? FIU and Liberty. It's not action, but there is college football tonight. We're going to talk about this Chicago-Utah game we got to play out there for the NHL. Started the season off 1-0 with that Sabres game. Trying to get this Seattle game over. We got ourselves, it was a little late because of a little skirmish. There was a little fight in the Seattle game that I had to get after. Then we got ourselves a women's basketball game, WNBA play I took the other day. Big trend in that favor. And then we're going to finish it off with baseball. We got divisional series game between the Dodgers and the Padres. And yep, we got a ribeye. We got red meat action to get after out there in the late night special. And oh boy, Tuesdays are slowly becoming my favorite day of the week. We got Dana White Contender Series. Only 2 more shows, I believe, left for Dana White Contender Series, but the Sports Money crew is going to be ready to go, giving you guys their best bets. We're going to pop off at 7:40 p.m. So you know the deal. We got a lot of work to do. Never feels like there's enough time to do it, but man, did we find a way to do it last night on a 3-game card. What? 9.9 units. If we can get this Seattle Kraken spot home, we'll be 10.9 units yesterday. Holy cow. 3-game card. You guys know the deal. You see on the left, firmly on the poop list is Aaron Rodgers. In fact, I'll tell you what. Oh, no. Another goal from Seattle. It's 2-2 now in this game. 2-2. Seattle and St. Louis. No, it's not what we want to see, but that's okay. Let's get to business. We got a lot of work to do, as I mentioned. And Salah, the first coach to be let go in the NFL, you know he agrees with the poop list there. He likes Aaron Rodgers on that thing. And he probably feels just like I do. Tired of looking at that stupid face. It's always losing, never winning. But that's okay, because we're going to move forward and we're going to find a way to get that cash. Look at, sounds a little unreal, doesn't it? How do you go 9.9 units when there's only 3 games on the card? Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about that Dallas Maverick spot. They got the job done at +8. Look at this one here. Kansas City yesterday, +130. Perez, RBI at +145. He went yardstick. Sadly, the Yankees performed so poorly with Rodon. When I told you guys, regression time for Rodon, the under 4 did not get there for us. The Horns are blasted outside. I don't know what the hell's going on out there. But then we look at this. Look at this New Orleans Saints game. We lost that first quarter. I hate first quarters. I don't think I'm going to give any more first quarters. I think that's going to be a new official play for the show. No more first quarters for me. Then we look at the teaser. We lost the teaser. Derek Carr goes out. I don't know if it would have mattered if Derek Carr, well, maybe. I mean, that young gun was able to go out there and drive it down the field. He just couldn't, unfortunately, Kamara and Olave couldn't catch those 2 passes at the end to keep the drive alive. That would have got us there for the teaser. But Hunt and Shaheed cashed those touchdown props. The Shaheed 60+ yards. I told you guys. Look we break these games down. We talk about the flow. They're going to get the best cornerback lineups against the best wide receivers in Olave. Plus, he was banged up. Olave was almost nowhere to be found. But Shaheed was there. He got 60+ yards for us at +175. And told you guys. Get that Kansas City second half under before the game? What? Yeah, because we're trying to beat the line. That thing was 20s and 20 and a half. So when it was a live bet, I still live bet it again, but we got 21 and a half, and that was never in doubt. Now our last play from yesterday is this Kraken spot at minus 130. So we need a little magic on our sides here. Again, 2-2 second period. Listen, here's a little secret of the hockey trade for everybody if you're looking to live bet this game, this sport. We got tons of things going on all over the place. But if you're looking to live bet hockey and that first period goes under, you almost automatically have to take that second period over. And that's exactly what we have here now. 3 goals in this game as well. It happened all last season. I don't suspect that's going to change this year. So keep your eyes on that. Let's see what happens with this Kraken game. Let's talk about the members plays. We gave out some members plays earlier today. You guys know the deal. We are listener supported. We want to thank the members that are supporting us and everything that we are doing out there. And if you're doing that, you know, when we're not on with the show, still going to try to give you guys the plays that we think are good to go. Right now, we got the one-hit parlay. Iglesias already cashed that with the Mets. We need Fernando Tatis tonight in that San Diego spot. We're looking at the Mets in the under 7 at plus 232. And then we need the Kraken and that Utah Hockey Club, the game we'll be talking about in the NHL, for a plus 165. Oh, no! St. Louis scores again. Damn it. Seattle, where's your heart? You're home. You're opening the season. Stop with this nonsense. Let's go. So those are the plays that we have out there already today. We're going to bust into this card. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 plays for you guys here tonight. I mentioned that RBI spot that we're going to look to get cash in with as well. Thank you guys for joining us here early with Pregame, and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. And Ramon asked for it. We're going to give it to him. How about this? Breaking news. The NHL is back. I love it. It's fast-paced. There's a lot of action. I almost go borderline autistic here. I'm looking at colors, fast-moving pucks, goals flying all over the place. I love it. Can't wait for the NHL to progress for us this season. You guys know the deal. 62.5 units last year. Trying to get there this year, and appreciate everybody that's going to rock with us along the way. 3 things we ask you guys to do. 1, hit that thumbs up button. We are not only listener supported by way of becoming a member, but we need you guys to help us hit that thing and let them know we're here. Let's make that lion roar by letting them know you guys are spending your time here. The best in the business gather here at 6 p.m. to share their favorite looks out there. Get your pen and paper ready. Because they are here, they're going to share their best bets. Last but not least, do share your best bets in the chat. Lots of action going on right now. I got to look. I see another Mets goal. Is it Winker? Or another Mets run, I should say. Goal, score, run, whatever, touchdown. Looks like it's now 2-0 for them fighting Mets. Not the fighting Phils, the fighting Mets. I was talking with Razor Sharp earlier today on Razor Sharp Picks Racing Show. Gave that Mets play. I gave that Mets in the under. He said, my account was hacked. There's no way you're fading the Phils. Yeah, today I was, and you guys know the deal. We talked about it before. Teams that win less than 80 games in the regular season, you got to take advantage of them when they are in that small favorite role or small dog spot out there. We've got more trends to get to tonight. So let's get to work. Let's take a cruise around the chat and see what you guys have going on out there. I already commented. Holy cow. Joe T, not number 1, not number 2, but the number 3 commenter, Smoke and Mirrors, beat him to the punch today. The Phillies and the Mets over 7. Smoke and Mirrors also likes the Padres and the Dodgers over 7.5. He likes the Padres team total over 4.5. This is hell. Ladder that to 7 also. Padres team total over 7 in a ladder. For our guy Smoke and Mirrors. He don't like the UFC, but he likes what's going on with sports money. Appreciate my guy Smoke and Mirrors rocking with us. Number 1 commenter today. We got Subhuman Gotcha says all his Dana White Contender Series best bets are in the live stream chat. He's looking forward to seeing everyone later tonight. 7:40 p.m. We're going to assemble with the crew. You already know the deal. We got Subhuman Gaucho, MMA Jeff, Fanatical Jim, Keith from Each Every Stride. Joe T's going to join us as well. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. You guys not going to want to miss out. There's only 2 weeks left. Hang in there. 2 weeks left. It just made me think about some extra things that we have coming down the pike. It's a cocktail and show for me because hockey started early. So I'm going to raise my glass to the boys that commented early. And there's Joe T. It's confusing. It's not his best bet, but he is sharing the over and FIU Liberty at 55.5. Blackhawks and Utah. That's the Utah Hockey Club, Joe. Over 6. He likes the first period over 1.5 for Joe T. Let's go. Oh, there's me talking some shit. Joe T, the third commenter. Joe T, the third commenter. That's going to hurt the average out there. We're going to move him down to 99.3% first commenter ratio for our guy, Joe T. Shout out to Nicholas Handy. There's the Futon Bets, my guy. Says Josh Doan goal. Let's cash this slip. Let's go, my guy. Keith's out there. Says, what up, Mike and crew? You crushed it last night. Congrats, and let's do it again. Man, you guys don't even know. I jumped in there. Broke that game down for you guys. Told you exactly what I thought was going to happen, how the game was going to go. Cashed a nice little 34-1 same game parlay, which was fun. It was a lot of fun to see that. I was sweating a little bit on that under 49, but everything else was not in doubt. Shout out to Voodoo Ranger. Sancho likes the Padres run line. There's my guy, Bo Jackson. Needs a Grimace costume. Grimace is in the building. And, I wouldn't expect anything less, Bo. I know you're about the big Metro stuff, man. That's there's something to be said for that Grimace factor going on out there with them New York Mets. Talk sports with JT says, what's good, Mikey? Liberty first half -11 and Bonner over 14.5 points. Shout out to Winner's Circle says, hey, yo. He likes the Padres, the Lynx. Vakatov Contender Series for a +208 spot. Nice. So I can get down with that. Padres, Lynx. Okay. Let's go. Winner's Circle. There goes Talk Sports with JT. Says straight bet. Yep. I figured that's what, I saw that. Shout out to Barry. Says, let's go. There's Nasty Nate, a.k.a. the mechanic, a.k.a. the wrench. Fuck around. You're going to find out what that means to be the wrench. Nasty Nate will get you. Voodoo Ranger, Bonner, 8+ rebounds, +170. Collier, 4+ assists at +120. There's my guy, Guillermo Zertucci in the house. Joseph Alvarado's in the house. Let's go, you guys. Appreciate you guys all rocking with us. Keith says, hit the like button for money, Mike. Appreciate that, Keith. Let's get that on the screen. Make sure you guys take a second. X out of the comments. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the comment button. And let's get back to it. My guy Voodoo Rangers is cracking about to be on the poop list. I don't know. We still got time. Listen, that third period should see some goals, I would expect in this case here. Both these games that, we had the Grubauer change in goal. We were expecting to see not Grubauer, but hey, it is what it is. We are where we are. Let's go. Talk sports with JT. Says, G, my guy, hope all is well. Sub says, what's up, gang? Here's my guy, Ramon. I just hope that Sinister Manny and Peacock Teddy can keep their Pampers on in case they shart the bed now that crying Dodgers want everyone's attention. I'm excited to talk about that. Redbeard's in the house. Forgot tonight was Dana White night. I hope you guys down in Florida are battening down the hatches. Be safe. Safety first for you guys. You are certainly in our thoughts, keeping an eye on what's happening down there with you guys. But again, safety, most paramount thing. If you are going to be stupid and go out there and take a video, make sure you send it to me. But I'm not advocating that. Do not do that. Do not go there. Jay Peasy says, what's up, motherfuckers? Joseph Alvarado says 3-2. There's Tarek B says, what's up, Big Mike? I need the over 7 in the Mets-Phillies game. We need the Mets in the under 7. Tarek, Mets in under 7. Let's go. Nunya, appreciate you, my guy. Says, you the motherfucking man. Mike, appreciate that, man. There's my guy, Justin McKelvey. Says, sports money is money. Cliff Yang's in the house. Irish King says, 3-2 Blues. Ramon Scott says, whoa, that was sweet. A+ production, courtesy of MMA Ashley. I had to sneak it in there, Ramon. I watched it about 25 times today. I had to come up with something. To share. Let's go. Sancho's laughing at the Rogers graphic. Irish King says 2-0. Winker scores. Yep. Let's go. Got the Mets over 6.5 +250. Is that team total, Redbeard? Wow. It's aggressive play. Rob McMahon in the house. Let's go, Old E. Barry Roselle. Redbeard says, It's our year, Barry. Let's go. Voodoo Rangers is hockey already kicking my ass. Team blowing a 2-goal lead. My assist prop. Hey, listen, it's early. It's early, Voodoo Ranger. We're not going to sweat yet. We're not going to panic. Third period coming with the home team. Shout out to Truth Teller. Dana Delt says, what's up, guys? Great breakdown last night. Hope everyone made money. Man, I hope you guys made money. It'd be a shame if you didn't. I'll tell you what. 8 of 10. Last 10 touchdown props I've given out, 8 of 10. We cashed 3 on Thursday. We cashed 3 of 5 on Sunday for the members. We cashed 2 more last night. It's crazy. That's a crazy run. It's an unbelievable spot that's going on out there. Irish King says, I told him in Ice Guys, the Blues. Chris Sella, Randall Sheffield's in the house. Smoke and mirrors. Just going to leave this right here. And I'm not going to read the rest of it. Smoke. These boys been cashing. We've been cashing, man. Let's not forget that 24.4 unit Tuesday on just 4 fights. JP says, everyone thinks the Dodgers are going to lose. It's because they are going to lose, JPZ. Irish King says other way around. Jay Main's in the house. True Teller. First 5 under 3.5. First 5 is a sweat. Ramon Scott. Otani. Hit by pitch. Is that what HBP stands for? Hit by pitch. Joe T's shouting out everybody. Justin McKelvey says, not going to be popular, but like the Suns +5 when I decided to move on it. Jerry Davis. I'm sweating Mikey. I went under 7 in that Kraken game. See you, brother. Yeah, we are sweating indeed in that case. Yeah, it's a sweat. It's a sweat. We started off the season 1-0. We don't want to give one back right off the gate. Jay Main says, fucking kicking myself. I didn't pull the trigger on Winker live home run prop at +900. True Teller says 3 more outs and he's on his way. JP says, no way, it's under 7. Jay Main says, Justin, I took the 4 like 45 minutes ago. I think they win, bro. Honestly. Justin McKelvey says, Dodgers +125, 135 with no confidence in my pocket. And there's NJ Stryker. Says, what's up, pimp? Drinking beers in a shack down in Uruguay. Thank God for Bet Online. Good luck to you, my guy. Good for you. Down in Uruguay, whatever the hell they call it. Good for you, brother. Be safe. I'm not sure if it works the same way as it does in Mexico, but I would suggest you don't drink the water. They might tell you it's filtered, but I just don't know. Shout out to Joe W. Says, cheers, Mike. Let's get to work. We got a lot of work to do. You guys know the deal. We got to get to this cash. What are we starting with here? Let's go to college football. You're a gay. You're a gay. Says AOD. Shout out to AOD in the house, my guy. All right, let's go. FIU Liberty. We move the order around here, trying to accommodate some of these early starts so we have time to get to it and give you guys plenty of looks or plenty of thoughts to consider as you move forward here. This line opened at +20.5 FIU. We have 79% of the bets and 84% of the cash on FIU. Now, you know the deal. We look at the percentage of bets. Typically, it's the soup. It's everything that goes into it. It's all the bets, parlays, teasers, player props, everything that kind of constitutes where all the tickets are coming in are 79% of the bets. 84% of the money. We typically look at the cash, maybe sharper bettors, maybe bigger bettors, enough to move that needle. They're not playing props. They're not playing teasers. They're just taking a straight side. They're coming in with that backpack full of cash. And they're saying, give me FIU +20.5. The manager comes over, he approves the line, and then we look to see, based on those two components, what do the bookies think about that? In this case, they dropped it 4 points. FIU went from +20.5 to +16.5. And this total is on the creep, boys and girls. 51.5 has moved to 55.5. Shout out to M. Shout out to KV in the house. I don't know if they're doomed, M, but this wasn't a good spot for them. And now this line's went from 51.5 to 55.5. 71% of the bets and 94% of the cash are on the over. And the line is correlated. Let's talk about it here. 2 and 3 is FIU. FIU, last game that they went out there, we saw that their situation was interesting. When I say interesting, I mean they lost a game 45-42 September 21st to an FCS school in Monmouth. They were laying 12. They scored almost 100 points, but they couldn't win between those two teams. They lost that game to the FCS school. They paid them to beat their ass. Then what do? They follow it back up and they toast La Tech. They keep it under, way under, 49 total. 17-10. They come out there, win the game as a plus 2-point dog on their home turf. Back-to-back home games. And they've got a little bit of rest. They got about a 10-day respite there. Liberty, though. Here's the thing. It's a 4-0 team starting the season off. Their last game, they beat East Carolina, The Earl brothers would not be proud to hear me say that. East Carolina, 35-24. They toasted them as a 7.5-point favorite. But they haven't played since then. So now this team's sitting on almost a 3-week delay in this Liberty action. We look at these games, we try to figure out the game script. It's been so positively influential in how we cap these games and how we try to figure this thing out. And look, no doubt. I mean, Liberty's not the same team they were before. They were a running juggernaut prior to, and they still are. They have a 3-headed monster in that running game. Quentin Cooley, Billy Lucas, and Calvin Salter. The quarterback is a dual threat quarterback as well. The 1-2, now 3 punch, the old 3-headed monster, likes to run this game. However, they found themselves just 1-3 against the spread in those first 4 games. There's a lot of overvaluation on this Liberty team based on their previous years past. And again, I mentioned it's not the same team. They lost a key component out there to the NIL. And then when we talk about losing key components, let's look at the FIU side of things here. They've been losing double-digit losses. I mentioned that FCS thing. They come back and they take down La Tech. But at the end of the day, talk about key components being gone. Big component in their wide receiver, Chris Mitchell. He moves off to the transfer portal. However, this team's still left with Keyshawn Owens, Lexington Joseph, and that's a huge 1-2 spot with the running game. They've got Keon Jenkins on the quarterback side of things. So what's important about this component is those 3 guys, we're talking running game versus running game. They're still in the same system, the same coach, trying to go figure things out. And what are they doing? Well, they're going out there, taking on a team that likes to run the ball. When it comes to running the ball, to me, this is just a beat them up, wear them down. Your offensive line just wears down that defensive line because you're out on the field for an extended period of time. Where does that come into play predominantly? Well, the second half. You'll start to see that margin widen. Guys are tired. They're on the field too long in the first half. Maybe they make a couple of adjustments, but at the end, it's not enough to go out there and win the game. And I think this line has come down enough. I do like, a situation where Liberty comes out there and handles it. But the way that I got to play this game is I got to look at this first half. And this line has been dropping. It's coming down now. This first half number was 10.5. There's 9.5s now predominantly across the board. The plus 9.5s are even money. What I did is I took the 10. And here's the thought process I had in this game. Again, a running team with an extended delay that likes to slow start is going to take some time to slow start. I think that they do end up getting busted up. They probably lose this game by like 24 points when it's all said and done. Adjustments at second half after the boys have gotten their legs back underneath them on that Liberty side of things. But I think FIU can keep this close in the first half. The thing that scares me a little bit is Liberty's ability to go out there and, dual threat, but also willing to go out there and throw the ball 50 yards downfield and make completions is the quarterback for this Liberty team. I think it's a live bet spot. We'll look for this when we get into the Dana White Contender Series to take advantage of Liberty. But I'm going to take the points. I'm going to open the card up tonight. I'm going to take this FIU team. I'm going to take that first half. And I'm going to take them plus 10. I think, again, it's just a situation where it's just too many points. Guillermo says Liberty hasn't covered a first half yet because they're a slow starting team. Absolutely exactly what I thought about this spot there. I just think that this is a great opportunity with 10 points. Now you got to buy that 10 back up because it's now down to 9.5. I would still be okay with 9.5. If you can get 9.5 at even money, I'm not going to sweat it, but I still feel like that's we might be sweating it at the end of the day. I like the touchdown and the field goal better. If you have the opportunity to buy it up, my official play is going to be that plus 10. Like I said, I got it at minus 120. And that's how we're going to get things rolling. So let's get rolling there. I screwed that up because I did not change. I was so excited about watching this hockey game that I forgot to change gears. Let's talk about some hockey games, though, here. Let's get to the Chicago Blackhawks Utah spot there, the Utah Hockey Club. Probably they whiffed on this. Chris Sella, yeah, I see that 9.5. I'm okay with that at minus 105. I'm not against that. I'm not against drinking this cocktail either. It's cold, it's delicious, and it's refreshing at the same time. So 9.5 at minus 105 is fine. I see even money on FanDuel, minus 105s on DraftKings. I see some BetMGM at minus 9.5s. If you have the option to take it back up to the 10, the only reason I like taking it back up to the 10 in this case is because it came down that so much from that spot. And I do like, kind of conversely, the flip side of Liberty being able to wear this team down. Especially you think about wearing a team down in Florida International. Well, who's got fresh legs? Team that hasn't played in 3 weeks. That's going to be a Liberty Flames spot for me. You got to recognize hashtag Bacchus style from my guy, Rob McMahon. Man, I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. If you haven't done so yet, smash that thumbs up button. We're going to get rolling. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep a brisk pace as well because we got to get to this Dana White Contender Series. So let's roll on. Let's talk about Chicago. And let's talk about this Utah Hockey Club spot. Opening day, opening season, franchise opening play for the Utah Hockey Club. Now, we don't spend a lot of time, as I mentioned yesterday, about talking about these line movements. We gave out Seattle Kraken at minus 130 yesterday. They swelled up to minus 155. So we did, we're going to hang our CLV trophy in the closet and shut the door on it because we still need to see these boys come back and win. But line is dropping on this Utah Blackhawks spot. Now, last night I was able to clip this thing at under 6.5. And that's going to be the way that I'm looking to take advantage of it today. I still like the under 6 at plus 105. I'm going to tell you why. We look at these two teams. And, yesterday I kind of talked about the coaching, right? I talked about Dan Bilesma coming up with the Seattle Kraken. They promoted from within as they fired their coach, tried to get a new regime change in the program. And this guy was developing those players in Coachella Valley. So they got familiar with the system. They got to figure out how things are. We look at these two teams, Chicago and Utah. They're projected to be bottom third in NHL power rankings. Not only bottom third, they're like bottom fifth. They're bad. Unfortunately, for a team like Chicago, they're going to continue, I think, to be suspect right now. They're in a conference or a division with Dallas, Colorado, Nashville. They've got Winnipeg in there. Winnipeg did make a coaching change, and Minnesota. So I don't think things are necessarily going to get much better out there. Of course, we know Connor Bedard. They won the Connor Bedard sweepstakes, and away they go. But look, let's not celebrate Connor Bedard. He definitely had a suspect jaw. He got his jaw busted up and broken last year. Missed a bunch of games. He only was able to finish with 68 games, but his plus-minus ratio, minus 44. Basically what that means is he was out there for 44 more goals that they scored against him than he was able to contribute, and he did lead the team out there. So, 68 games played, 61 points in 68 games. But the Blackhawks, this is kind of similar to what we were talking about here, where we got young players trying to figure things out. Regular strength, 5-on-5. Put special teams aside because these are young guys trying to figure out systems with a new coach. And they were blasted 202 to 118 in regular strength, 5-on-5 goals. There's not getting it done. On the other side of things here, what has Chicago done? Chicago's in a true rebuild, in my estimation. They brought on some veterans. Tyler Bertuzzi, Teuvo Teuvernin, Pat Maroon's got to be 75 years old. TJ Brody, Alec Martinez. These guys are all brought in, I think, specifically to help pass the baton to these younger players. We look at the Seattle side of things, and they go out there and they get a nice guy in Sergachev. Big addition on the blue line to be able to try to be the captain. You think about defensive-oriented players here. It's kind of that guy sits behind the net, stick handles the puck a little bit. They run the breakout, and then he finds that open man, and he's going to be the point guy to kind of lead this offense out there. But the big thing for Utah being the Arizona Coyotes, they left their coach in place. Much like I talked about with the AHL coach coming up in Bilesma. By leaving the coach in place, they got a bunch of young players on this Utah team. Again, being the Arizona Coyotes. Maybe one of the favorite guys that I have anticipation in is Tija Ginla, son of famous Flame Jarome Ginla, drafted this past year. Should be a guy to go. But I like this goaltending matchup here. I like Connor Ingram. Last year, we talked about Connor Ingram. Now, yesterday I mentioned, the opportunity to see Decord. We don't see Decord here today. But we do have a confirmed goalie in Connor Ingram. That was pretty solid. He took over for Vejmelka in goal. Not the greatest with a 90.7% save percentage, but he was under that 3. He had a 2.91 goals against average. We talk about hockey and goals against average, like we talk about earned run average for baseball players out there. Can they figure it out? I think they can. But kind of middling spot here. Game 1 overs. I'm not involved with this over. I like this under in this game. Why? We have 2 young teams. We have some goaltenders that can go out there and stand on their heads. The game 1 overs are only 40 and 30. The big spot that I was looking at here, I just tried to try to figure. This is why it was part of the parlay. We have to see Seattle come through for this one. Early season home divisional favorites. They're 80 and 21. They're on an 8-0 run. When they're opening night spots out there, they're 48 and 11. Big opportunity for home divisional favorites, especially in the opening night position. We're starting to see this game's going to pop off at 10. Let's see how far it bottoms out. But the spot I wanted to get involved with here is 2 young teams without experienced expertise on the offense out there. Suspect 5-on-5 play. Those Coyotes finished the season strong. Of course, we know Clayton Keller was a big component out there for these guys. But can they go out there and score goals? I'm going to bank on no. I love this under 6. I like it at plus 105. I think it's a good opportunity. Kelly V likes Utah in regulation. I'm not mad at that. Jay Main likes UCH at minus 1.5. He's going to lay the puck line. Truth Teller says, glad I'm done watching. What happened in that first 5? What happened in that first 5? That's 2-0. Let's go, baby. Let's get this big +2 spot home for us. Jay Main says, LFG Harp. Justin McKelvey says, Phillies 2 on, no outs. Harper up. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Flipping me off. Stirring Company's in the house. Likes TiVo assist. I did have a prop goal in this thing. This would just be a lean for you guys. I don't know if it's in it. Well, I can't quite pull it up. Just by what we're doing. True Teller says Seattle's done. I hope you think that way. I hope you guys think that way. Let's go. I think they are plenty to go. They're home. They're absolutely home, figuring things out. Brisk pace today, you guys. We're not dilly-dallying. We're not butt-rubbing, as some would say. Let's move on. This is the play I told you I took. I took this the other day. Now, happy to share some of these games that we're trying to beat line movement on with you guys. Thing is, I go out there and I give you guys a spot earlier today in the members tab. I got 14 thumbs up. I know more than 14 of you saw it. It takes a second to hit that thumbs up button. We are going to give you guys more, though. We're going to give you more plays for members. It's going to be a transition process. Right now, everybody gets to see it, but you know the deal. Silver members will get weekday plays. Gold members will get all plays, including weekend plays. I want to give back to the guys that give to us and help us run this thing. So giving you guys a taste of what's coming. If you guys like these plays, if you like these afternoon spots, let us know. We do it in the community area specifically because, look, there's just not enough time in the day. We don't have enough time in the day to record video. You guys are working, you're driving, you're doing all. You don't have time in the day to watch the videos that are 30, 45 minutes long. So we're just trying to give you guys the short, sweet, right to the point of what's going on. And then we'll hope we cash and we'll tally it as we roll. But we're going to tally this one as we roll because I feel good about this one. I gave this one out. Well, I took it, I should say. It's moved a half a point in the direction. Let me see what's going on here. Let's get this banner out of there. There we go. There we go. WNBA series is tied. I expect, as I said this before, it to be Sun and Liberty. This line opened up, the Sun plus 3.5. It has moved to 4.5. We have 47% of the bets and 7. This is my looking back to see what's going on with the score. Yep. I'm grinding. 3.5 to 4.5. 47% of the bets and 74% of the cash are on the Connecticut Sun. Dogs. And it makes sense. We talked about the spot with this Lynx team at home. Their defensive prowess is second to only one team, right? They're the number 2 defensive team, especially in the first half at home in the Minnesota Lynx. We look at this total. It has 61% of the bets on the over. It's gone from 149.5 to 151. Cash coming in on the under. Bookie saw the cash coming in on the under. They said, I don't care. And those are the big components that we look for. It's that reaction spot between these two teams. How about this, right? We saw the Sun came out, busted them up right off the gate. We talked about that second game for the Lynx. They had to win that game before they go back on the road to take down Connecticut in their home barn. And they did. What was interesting, though, is both those games went under. 152.5 and 153. They went way under. 73-70 was a 143 score. They went under by almost 10 points in that first game. 147 in the second game. Went under by 6 points in that second game. Then what happens? They get to Connecticut. Did Connecticut figure out a way to start putting points on the board against the Lynx? Yep. In fact, 90-81, they lost that first game. The Connecticut Sun did, 90-81. But holy shit, 171 points scored at 150.5 total. They crushed that over. Then what they do in the second game, it goes up to 153. These are the things that we look for. When the books see a 150 and they move it up to 153 in the second game, of course it goes over. It was 174 points in that second game. Books a little bit concerned. 2 unders, 2 overs. Connecticut Sun win that last game. I leaned to this Connecticut Sun spot in this game, but I guess the short and sweet for me is when we have reverse line movement on the sharp cash coming in, but we see that the number is moving in that direction. After a situation with split homestands, we have a 64-37 trend to this over. And that's how I'm going to get paid in this game here. I'm going to take this Sun over 151.5. I think what happened, and we talked about this, first and foremost, we talked about the Vegas team. They had to find a way to stop the Liberty from scoring at will. On the flip side, the Sun, who I expect to go to the championship, have found a way to put points on the board against this Lynx team. I expect the players to go off here. I think it's great 3-pointing opportunity here. Now, the Lynx, I mentioned that first half under. We're going to look to try to live bet this thing as well as we get into the evening, but I think this total is just too low. I expect this thing to go over by 15, 17 points. In fact, the handicap I have on it is a straight 168. So, that puts us right around 17. I think that's a good number. And I think that this number is moving on the up for us because the Sun have exposed that weakness that is that defense, or not necessarily the weakness, but their ability to go figure out how to get to the action and make it happen. So Nasty Nate thinks the Sun smash. Of course. Coin says final game of the series under possibility in play. I think what happens here is we see the Sun come out early, and then in the second half, the Lynx look at this thing and they have to throw their playbook out the window, and they just have to go out there and try to outscore the Sun. And that's going to be a bad spot for them because that's going to open up what they do well on defense and try to control the pace and slow things down. So we're going to go with this over. We're going to take that as our third play, and we're going to move on. Brisk pace, got to get to this Dana White Contender Series. Let's roll. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Hit the button. Who's got the button? There's fucking buttons all over the place here. All right, big game here. Late night special. I told you I got a ribeye in this one here. We've got the Dodgers. We've got the Padres. We've heard from our guy, Jay Peasy. Everyone thinks the Padres are going to win, and that's because I do, in fact, think the Padres are going to win. We'll talk about the trends here in just a minute, but we'll start with the splits. Brisk pace on this game. Come on, Kraken. Lots of pressure by the Kraken. Just not enough goals in that first period. And They're still trying. They're cycling the puck. They are cycling the puck well, but Seattle's finding a way to get those sneaky sticks in there. Here we go. San Diego Padres, LA Dodgers, series tied 1 apiece. Back to San Diego they go. You guys already know the deal. I told you I have a future bet on this Padres team. Why a future bet here? Well, because it was plus 125, and I don't want to tie my money up more than a couple of games. But we have what I think is line correction, right? Oh, Kraken's goalie's flopping around like a fish. Get up, boys. Let's go. This line opened at minus 155 for the Padres, and we had 66% of the bets on the Padres. We now have 64% of the cash on the Dodgers. So the lines dropped from minus 155 to minus 150 for the Padres. But it's also gone from plus 130 to plus 138 for the Dodgers. So I believe it's line correction, or line stabilization, right? There's an early book. When I say line stabilization, there's an early book that opens the number. They kind of gauge where the cash is coming in, and then they handicap it from there. In this case, though, this is a pitching mismatch. Buehler versus King. You know, last time we crushed that Michael King same game parlay, right? That was the one that we got home. And he went off like for 12 or I can't even remember. Was it 13 strikeouts this guy got? Then we see a total that's creeping. 7.5 has moved now to some 8s. 90% of the bets and 88% of the cash on the over in this game. And what are we going to see? How's this game going to go down? Well, if we look at preliminary numbers here, we look at starting lineups. And we see Buehler. Hey, you know what? Before I even get to the starting lineups, let me talk about this here. Buehler. Let's go bag of shit status for Buehler. Against the Padres, he's in a 1-6 spot. 5.38 ERA. As bad as his ERA is, it's not much better against the Padres. In fact, Buehler is the proud recipient of a 15-0 overtrend. And these are as simple as it could be. He allowed more than 2 hits. He allowed less than 23 batters. He got hit. Not a lot of batters, and they took his ass out. That was Walker Buehler's last start. Flip side. Let's talk about the Padres. As long as it's not a huge total, like a Coors Field total of 11.5. When they don't strand batters on base, less than 5. They're effective and efficient at pitching using less than 5 pitchers. They are an 8-0. Perfect 8-0 out there. The Dodgers, conference dogs off a loss. Another 0-8 spot. We got intersecting zeros all over the place in this game. Should be a tough matchup for this LA Dodgers team. And this line is, a little bit higher than the window I like to catch here with this minus 150 spots. But I was looking across the board here. And, if we look at, against Michael King, I mentioned, with the exception of Teoscar Hernandez, everybody else is less than mediocre. Their minor league hitting status effectiveness against Michael King. Shohei Ohtani is at 333. But he's only got 3 at-bats. He hit him once. It happened to be a home run. Mookie Betts, 10 at-bats, 2 hits. Freddie Freeman, 10 at-bats, 2 hits. Now there's Teoscar Hernandez. This is probably the only relevant sample that I can see on this Dodgers team. 20 at-bats, 6 hits, 1 home run, 3 RBIs for a 300 batting average against Michael King. Max Muncy, 10 at-bats, 2 hits. Will Smith, 11 at-bats, 2 hits for a 182. Gavin Lukes, 9 at-bats, no hits. Tommy Edman, 4 at-bats, no hits. We got Rojas, 2 at-bats, 1 hit. Now that's a 500, but again, we're going to discount that from a small sample. To me, it's a bad spot here. We look at this over opportunity, and I'm going to bring in my guy Sharpie's cap on this one. He expects this Dodgers team total under 3.5. Go follow my guy Sharpie Bets. I saw that today. Under 3.5 for this Dodgers team because it's Michael King. It's Michael Playoff King and a team that a lot of people expect that are going to make the playoffs. And it's Walker Buehler that pukes runs up like it's his fucking job. And it's not his job because he is the starting pitcher. I'm going to incorporate all those trends. I'm going to add one to it, though. You know, we cashed our Salvador Perez RBI yesterday. A nice little, this is right in that sweet spot, right? This one's a little bit different. It's very similar in the dynamics or the metrics for Fernando Tatis, but we look at Fernando Tatis, 310 versus Walker Buehler. Now, is that a 4-game, 2-hit sample? No, it's not. 29 at-bats, 9 hits, 4 home runs. Almost half his hits on this guy are home runs and 5 RBIs to be a 310. Walker Buehler, less effective versus righties than lefties with a 293. That falls into Tatis lineup. Actually, I guess he's pretty much the same piece of shit, whether it be lefties or righties, because there's a rise in the top spot, the lefty at a 296. So to me, it's a good opportunity, I think, here for us to take a shot with an RBI priced at that plus 145, plus 150 sweet spot. I'm going to double dip. I went to the Padres -1. I do think that they lose this game. It's probably going to be like a 7-3 type of situation. And of course, let's not dismiss the fireworks that took place that last game, right? Lots of shit talking, lots of stare downs, lots of John. Should make this a ton of fun. But Kelly V says it best. Bueller's trash. Agree. Bag of shit. I can't wait for the hockey season to talk about the old bag of shit status there. But we've got Voodoo Ranger, likes Cooley, Liberty, running back, 2+ touchdowns at plus 180. I don't cap the college football props because I can't play them in New York. But here we go, you guys. That's going to be the way. It's a fast-moving show today. We got to get paid. We got to get after it. And I want to shout out my guy, Joe Dub, giving the $4.99 super sticker. I don't like to cheers you guys with water, but it's cocktail night. So I will raise my glass to you guys. To you, Joe Dub, my guy. Appreciate you rocking with us. Appreciate you guys hanging out, giving the support in what we're doing here. Ah, so tasty. It's so delicious. We got 50 minutes. 50 minutes to get back to work, getting ready for the Dana White Contender Series. The crew is going to be ready to go for you guys. I hope you're ready to go. We'll talk live betting. I talked to you guys about some of the strategies as I looked at these games, some of the way that I want to attack, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get after it with the crew. I mentioned San Diego -1 and Tatis RBI at plus 150. Not mad at the home run in that spot. I think this is a leaky spot. I know it's an elimination game, but I expect the Sun to be up in the first half and the Lynx to have to throw the playbook out the window. I'm going to the under 6 in that Utah game. Inexperienced lineups. I was out at 6.5 last night. It's down to 6. And I want to take this FIU first half. We talked about it. Liberty not cashing in a first half all season. That's how we want to get paid tonight. Let's go. True Teller, Voodoo Ranger, Sancho, KV, Irish King, Jerry Davis, my guy Ramon Scott in the house. Inspiration behind me reaching out to MMA Ashley to give us, I'll give it to you guys one more time. I like it. I watched it a bunch today. Some of MMA Ashley's finest work. It was a great job here. Appreciate you guys rocking. Let's get to this cash. And I'll see you guys back here at 7:40 p.m. Short, sweet, to the point. Go out there and get that money. Get those cocktails. Grab a little something to eat. And then let's get this guy.